Hi, this is Leetcode question, stone game number 3. We will use dynamic programming to solve this question, and to do that, we know Alice starts at the first index, and Alice can pick one stone. In this case, her score will be 1 plus. So Alice starts at index 1 and she took only one stone. Now Bob will start here. Now, what is for this subarray? If Bob starts at 2, what is the score for Alice? Assume it's x1, and the score for Bob equal x2 for this subarray when Bob starts at this index 1, or this value 2. In this case, Alice's score will be 1 plus x1, or Alice can take the first two stones. So Alice starts and she can take the first two stones. So in this case, her score will be 1 plus 2 plus the solution for this subarray when Bob starts from this index. What is the score for Alice? It will be, assume it's y1, and the score for Bob is y2. So in this case, the score for Alice is 1 plus 2 plus y1. Or the other option is Alice can take first 3 stones, and her score will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus, if Bob starts at this index, what is the score for this subarray? So Bob start here. What is the score for Alice? Assume it's Z1, and the score for Bob, assume it's Z2. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus Z1, this is the score for Alice, which is the max among all of these 3 values. And the score for Bob, assume this equal m. The score for Bob will be summation for all the array, which is sub 7 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 sum minus the solution for Alice, which is the max m. And at the end, we compare these two values. And now see, in order to solve for x, for y, for z, we need to do the same to solve the sub-problems for subarrays, for this one, for this one, and for this one, but when Bob start. So again, as we said, we need to solve for this when Bob start here. What is the score for Alice, and what is the score for Bob? So Bob in this case can take the first stone, 2 plus, and then we need the solution for this when Alice start here. What is the score for Alice, and what is the score for Bob? Assume this is x1 and this is, or any value like w1, and this is w2. So the score for Bob will be 2 plus w2, or Bob can take 2 stones, 2 plus 3 plus, we will do the same, the solution for this subarray. Now notice that we need to solve the smaller subarray first, and this is why we need to start from the last element. So we have 2 tables, each one of the size of the array, so it has 4 elements. So this is A and this is B, this is A and this is B, and every table has 2 rows. So here 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. This is when Alice start at index 0, at index 1, at index 2, at index 3. This is when Bob start at index 0, at index 1, at index 2, at index 3. The first row in the table represent the score for Alice, and the second value represent score for Bob. So for example, this cell also represent the score when Bob start at index 1, and this represents the score of Alex, and this represents the score of Bob. So if we start at index, last index here, 7, and if Alex start at this index 7, its score for sure will be 7. And in this case, Bob's score will be 7, this 7 minus Alex score, which is 7, equals 0. So this is 0. So this 7 is the suffix sum. Until now, what is the sum of all the elements of the array, which is 7, and how much Alice took when he start here. His score is 7, so what remains for Bob is 0. So here we have 7 and 0, and we will do the same. If Bob start here, he takes stone 7, and Alice's score will be 0, just in this line. Then we are done with the last element. We move to the next element here. So if Alice start in this index, Alice can take 1 stone, so 3 plus the score for Alice if Bob start here. So when Bob start at 7, what is the score for Alex is 0. So 3 plus 0 equal 3. So if Alice took 1 stone, her score will be 3. If Alice took 2 stones, 3 plus 7 plus, here we went out of the table, 0, so it's 10. The max of this value is 10. So notice here we take the 3 options. If we take 1 stone, 2 stones, or 3 stones, and we take the max result. So in this case it's 10. So if Alex start, her score is 10, and Bob's score in this case is the sum of all the elements until this index, which is 3 plus 7, which is 10, minus the current value 10. So here is 0, and we keep doing this, and at the end we compare a of 0 of 0. So this is when Alice starts from the beginning. What is Alice's score? 0 is Alice's score, which will be this element here, and a of 0 of 1, which is this one, a of 0 of 1. If Alice start at index 0, what is the score for Bob? And based on the values, we will return the result.